For more than 50 years, the great and the good from politics and industry have been coming here to Davos in the Swiss Alps to discuss the megatrends affecting the global economy. It's a sleepy town for most of the year, but during the WEF, the whole promenade which stretches through Davos is taken over by stands from countries, corporations, NGOs and others taking part in the discussions here. In fact, if you look just over here behind me, you might be able to make out the flags waving in front of the Congress Centre, where those discussions and roundtables and panels are taking place. For ABB, the themes of this year's WEF are particularly close to home, two of those being the energy transition and artificial intelligence, which are subjects that, as our delegates have been showing this week, align very closely with ABB's strategic mission.
The energy transition is at the top of the agenda here as one of the key items, and I'm hearing it in so many of the panels and the conversations where I'm participating in. There's clear signs here in Davos that the direction is clear in terms of decarbonization is the route to go, but then it's about the how and the pace to get there.
We would all like to have a setup where, for example, when we talk about carbon pricing, that there would be like a steady increase in price of carbon so that people could then invest behind that kind of thing. But of course, all these things which really require a global agenda are, of course, difficult to come together. But we have to start somewhere, and that's why I think it is actually important that people come together in place like this.
There's a lot of discussion about AI really displacing the workforce. And I can tell you, we had the same discussion 20 years ago on robotics. And, because then you start, extrapolating about what it can do today, and you fantasize about the future. In robotics today, we still have an average of a couple of hundred robots per 10,000 workers. So we are far away from really robots taking away jobs. It's the opposite. The companies who actually deploy robots actually employ more employees. Similar will happen in AI. So we need to really embrace it and to rise above it. It will add value to us. It will raise us to the next level. And it's an exciting field, I must say.
But then I fully agree that the next step need to be that energy transition.
We see WEF as a place where you come together and create new relationships, meeting with both customers, partners, but also politicians and regulators who sets the agenda. And I think it's important for us to be part of those discussions because we need to help industries to become leaner and cleaner, but we also need to help regulators. So simplifying regulations and making easier to do business in Europe, but also worldwide.
And of course, ABB has been active in Davos since long before the World Economic Forum even existed. In fact, one of ABB's predecessor companies, Brown Boveri, that's the BB in ABB, was electrifying train lines and building power stations in the hills around here as far back as the 1890s. The technology has moved on a great deal since then, but the essential mission has remained the same: to help industries operate more productively, more efficiently and more sustainably.